about some introduction of chemical kinetics. We have seen rate of reaction, we have seen types of rate of reaction, that is average rate, instantaneous rate. Then we have seen examples how to write the rate of reaction. Then we studied order, then molecularity, then rate constant. These all things we have studied. We have done some exercise questions also. So in this video, we are going to learn one of the most important topic of chapter, and many numericals are based on this topic only. That is integrated rate equations. The topic is integrated rate equations. Yes, what is integrated rate equation? So actually here we have studied that the reactions, the speed of the reaction is irregular order, non-uniform. If you can draw a graph here, here we are taking the concentration on y-axis and a time on x-axis, and as the time period increases, the concentration of reactant gradually decreases. But here the speed, here 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60. So 0 to 10 the rate is different, 10 to 20 it is different, 20 to 30 different, 40, 50, 60. So here the rate is different. So when we combine all these, then we will get one formula to find the rate of reaction, and that is what we have to learn. So today's topic is how to find the integrated rate equation or rate constant also. Integrated rate constant topic. But the rate constant K, depends on order of reaction. If you can remember, the rate constant symbol is K, and the unit of K, do you remember what is the unit of K? Mole power 1 minus n, liter power n minus 1 per second. That is a unit. So where n is order of reaction, which means the expression of K depends on order of reaction. That's why the value of K changes for different units. So first one, it is zero order reaction. We have to find the rate constant for zero order reaction. So this is our topic now. So first of all, what is the meaning of zero order reaction? So a reaction is said to be zero order. A reaction is said to be following zero order when the rate of reaction is independent of concentration of reactants. Yes, that is the definition of zero order. Yes, what is the meaning? Let us see. Consider a reaction. Instead of a reaction, I can say consider a zero order reaction. Let us assume it is zero order. consider a zero order reaction. R gives P, means reactant gives products. According to definition of rate law, according to definition of rate law, rate is proportional to concentration of R. Power, what will come? It is assumed as a zero order, that's why power is 0. So now the rate is equal to K into R power 0. So rate is equal to K. This is what I have written in the definition. So actually definition I have not explained you because it is understood here. See, the rate of reaction, actually in the previous video we have studied that the rate of reaction depends on concentration of reactant. But here concentration of reactant raised by the power 0, which means these are those reactions where the rate is not dependent on concentration of reactant. Meaning क्या है देखिए, previous video में ये learn किया हमने कि rate of reaction जो है concentration of reactant पे dependent होता है. But कुछ reactions ऐसा होगा कि जिसमें rate of reaction concentration of reactant पे dependent नहीं होगा और उन reactions को हम zero order reaction बोलते हैं. Understood? So the reactions for which rate is independent on concentration of reactant, such reactions are only called as zero order reactions. Yes, this is equation number 1. Now, according to definition of rate of reaction, according to definition of rate of reaction, what do you mean by rate of reaction? Decrease in the concentration of reactant or increase in the concentration of product. So according to that definition, rate is equal to minus dr by dt or plus dp by dt, that is not needed. This is equation number 2. This is equation number 2. Now from 1 and 2, what can we write? From equation number 1 and equation number 2, what can we say? K is equal to minus dr by dt. So we have to find the integrated rate equation. So here we will do simplification. dr is equal to minus K into dt. Now integrating on both sides, yes, what happened? Now integral dr is equal to minus integral K into dt. You may ask, sir, why we have taken integration? Because integration means summation. Here in the graph we have seen so many steps. So we have to find the rate constant of all the steps. That's why I am taking integration. So integral of dr. See here we are going to apply limits. Limits, which limits? The concentration limit. Concentration varies from 0 to R0. Concentration value varies from 0 to R0 and time value varies from 0 to time t. These limits we are applying. Integral of dr. In mathematics we have the formula. What is that? Integral of dx is equal to x. Similarly, integral of dr is r. Limits 0 to r0 is equal to, limits it is r to r0 to r, because initial concentration is r0, finally is r. So these are the limits. So here limits what will come? r0 to r is equal to minus K is the constant which will come outside, integral 0 to t into dt. So limit we are applying upper limit minus lower limit. Upper limit is r minus lower limit is r naught is equal to minus k into integral of dt, it is t. Integral of dt t 0 to t. See, we are using different brackets. Here square bracket, here normal bracket. Why? Square bracket stands for concentration, normal bracket is different. So here r minus r naught, r minus r naught is equal to minus k into t, minus k into t. Now kt is equal to, here minus symbol is there, that we are taking this side, so it is r naught minus r naught minus r. K is equal to r naught minus r divided by t. This is the formula for zero order rate constant. So this formula we have to remember for zero order reaction, where K is rate constant, T is time, R naught, where R naught is initial concentration of reactant, initial concentration of reactants, initial concentration of reactants, and R, where R is final concentration of reactants, final concentration of reactants after time t, and t is time taken for reaction, time taken for reaction. Yes. This is the formula to calculate rate constant of zero order reaction. First of all, let us divide once again zero order reaction. This reaction is zero order reaction. Generally कुछ reactions मैंने पहले ही बोला था जिसमें concentration increase करोगे तो rate increase होता है. But there are some reactions whose rate of reaction is independent on concentration of reactant. Means even though you increase the concentration, the rate of reaction does not change. Such reactions are called as zero order reactions. You can see here I have written when the rate of reaction is independent. Rate of reaction is independent on concentration of reactant. Now what is the aim of the topic here? We have to find the rate constant K value for zero order reaction. We have done very simple thing. What is that? We have applied rate law definition. We have applied rate of reaction definition. Rate law definition, rate of reaction. Both are rate only. You can equate 1 and 2. So K is equal to minus dr by dt. Now dr is equal to minus K into dt. Integrating both sides, limits. Here concentration limits. What are the limits? R naught to R. And time limits 0 to t. We have done. We got the final. Clear about this? So this is zero order reaction. After that, we need few things. Graph, then units, then half-life period. These all things are needed. So let us write these all. So I hope you have taken notes. Take the notes. Yes. So here 3 points we should see. Point number 1, what are the examples for zero order reaction? Examples for zero order reaction. Point 1, decomposition of ammonia NH3 at high concentration, not at low concentration. NH3 on surface of platinum, if you can divide, it gives N2 plus 3H2. So this is a very interesting example. The reaction is first order as well as zero order. When the concentration is high, when the concentration is very high, now even though you increase the concentration, because it is already reached high level, so now if you increase the concentration, rate will not change. It means here the rate is independent on the concentration, so it is zero order reaction. Second one, it is all photochemical reactions. All photochemical reactions means which involve sunlight. Yes, these are the two important examples for zero order reaction. Point number one. Number two, it is graph. So graph for zero order. Many times CBSE question is based on this one. Graph. What we have derived, rate constant K is equal to R naught minus R divided by T. This one we have to bring in y is equal to mx plus c form. Here we are revising it. Kt is equal to R naught. Kt is equal to R naught minus R. So here R is equal to concentration, R is equal to R naught minus Kt. So it is looking at now, compare this equation with normal equation, y is equal to c, this is a constant, plus mx. So on y-axis what we should take? On y-axis we should take concentration, that is R, concentration. On x-axis what should we take? Time t. On x-axis we should take time t. Slope is negative slope, so graph will come like this. So here comparing that, slope is equal to minus k, and the intercept value, it is the initial concentration, which is R naught. So this is graph, and this graph represents zero order graph. In MCQs also, in 1 mark question also, they will give like this. Graph will be given and they will ask you to identify the order of reaction. So this is zero order reaction. Next, third thing, it is half-life period. Half-life period is very useful one. Its symbol is T half. What is the meaning of half-life period? It means it's the time taken to reduce the concentration, initial concentration, into half. Suppose here is a reaction, R gives P. Here initial concentration you have taken 100 molar. Now what time it will take to convert the 100 molar into 50 molar? That is called as half-life period. Or 50 molar into 25 molar, that is called as half-life period. 25 molar into 12.5 molar, that is again called as half-life period. Half-life period means the time taken to reduce the initial concentration into half, that is called as half-life. So it is defined as the time required to reduce the concentration of reactants, into half of initial value, and that is called as half-life period. So when time is T half, when we are talking about half-life, What is the final concentration value? Final concentration R is equal to, if you take this one as the final concentration, so which is the half of the initial value, or if you take this one as the final concentration, this is half of the initial value. So R is equal to R naught divided by 2. Yes, that is the condition here in half-life. So we know that yes, zero order expression K is equal to R naught minus R divided by T, implies K is equal to R naught minus R. What is the final concentration value? That is R naught by 2, half of the initial concentration. When time is equal to T half. Understood? So we have to find the T half value here. K into T half is equal to, here R naught is taken as common, 1 minus 1 by 2. So which means half is left. So therefore T half is equal to R naught divided by 2K. This is the final answer. So half-life period T half is equal to R naught by 2K. So or you can remember the T half value is directly proportional to R naught. It means 100 gram to 50 gram. Let us say the time taken is 1 hour. Then 50 gram to 25 gram. It will not be 1 hour. Here the initial concentration is 100 gram. Now this is 50 gram. So the concentration is changed. So half-life will also change. Let us say 40 minutes. But you cannot say like this, sir, concentration is reduced to half, so T half will also reduce to half. It is not necessary to be right. Now 40 gram to 20 gram, it will also change, let us say 30 minutes. It means this is the T half value. This is T half value. The T half value is decreasing with concentration. So this is a half-life period. Clear about it? I repeat once again. We have studied a zero order reaction. Then we should see examples. What are the examples for zero order reaction? One is decomposition of ammonia, and second one is all photochemical reactions. Graph here on y-axis it will come R, on x-axis it will come time t, and slope is negative, it is the minus k. And half-life period. What is the meaning of half-life? It is the time needed to reduce the concentration into half of initial value. So means final concentration will always equal to half of initial value when T is T half. Substitute that and you will get the answer. Fine. Understood? Make the notes. Yes. So zero order reaction is over. Now, first order reaction. Same kind of derivation we should follow for first order reaction. Yes. So now after this, it is first order reaction. First order reaction. What we have to derive for this one? For this first order reaction, we have to derive The expression of rate constant means K value. Definition I will write afterwards. First you see derivation. Consider a first order reaction. A first order reaction. Let us assume it is a first order reaction. So R gives P. So according to what? First definition of what we have done in the previous topic, according to definition of rate law. According to definition of rate law, rate is proportional to R raised by power 1. Last time we have written power 0 because it was a 0 order. Now it is power 1. So now the rate is equal to K into